Thank you so much. Today's presentation, I'm going to be talking about strategies for organizational maturity, emerging disciplines to initial integration. In the presentation overview, my previous webinar was back in September of 2017. And in that particular webinar, I discussed strategies for organizational development and success. And my topic there involved the evolution of the PMO. Okay, we went through some different strategies for that evolution, the types of things to expect, the types of personnel that would be involved in that evolution. And our primary point was that the PMO is not a stagnant organization. It's going to evolve. It's going to evolve as the organization it supports. And it's going to need to evolve over time in order to lend and continue to provide value to its parent organization. What I'm going to start off with is talking about a couple of things that I talked about in that particular webinar, and you can go back and review that one. That would be informative to you. We talked about the project portfolio management maturity model, and that particular model is one that we as project management professionals use as a guideline to determine the maturity of our organization. There are 5 levels of maturity there, and what we're going to be talking about today are levels 2 and 3, emerging disciplines and initial integration. The feedback that we're getting from PMO organizations is that they're having a problem in the transition from level 2 to level 3. When you're emerging from a level 2 going into level 3, you are beginning to gel as a PMO should be at that particular point in time in its development. You're beginning to adopt strategies and disciplines that are identifying you as a PMO as opposed to just an organization that has a distribution of project management and project management professionals. In addition to that, I'm going to be discussing some pitfalls, behaviors, and approaches to avoid that will help us in that transition. As I said, we're getting feedback that we're having problems in that emergence in that discipline, making that transition from level 2 to 3. We're going to talk about 7, what I call sins, that we in PMO management should avoid and should be aware of during that transition process. And then we're going to end the discussion with our conclusions and recommendations. Just a little review. We said in our last presentation that the Project Portfolio Management Office is an organizational unit that manages the organization's project portfolio. As we said, it's an evolutionary type of process. When we first go into a PMO or we're first developing a PMO, it's not going to be at that level. Okay, if we're brought in as project management professionals to initially develop a PMO in an organization that does not have a PMO, certainly we're not going to be there. Okay, if we come into an organization that already has a PMO established, this is the goal that we want to start working toward. Okay, if an organization brings you in to establish a PMO or to continue to manage a PMO, hopefully that organization understands that it has demonstrated a commitment to PPM maturity, project portfolio maturity. And that's what we as project management professionals want to strive for when we come into an organization. We want that organization to mature and to evolve to certain points, all the way up to being a project portfolio management office. There are certain things that we want to look for, certain things that we want to establish as we advance in that maturity model. And I talked about those things in the previous presentation, and we're going to be discussing a few of those today. In addition, our review, we talked about the 5 interdependent core dimensions of critical importance in project portfolio management. There are people, practices and processes, value and financial management, technology, and relationships. These 5 core dimensions are the pillars of our PMO organization. We are going to be going through these particular types of dimensions. We're going to continue to modify them. We're going to constantly be improving them. They are not only in one aspect or one particular level of our maturity. They are the pillars of our organization. And we're going to be discussing why that is. That maturity model that we discussed in the previous presentation, we use that as a tool to decide, number one, where we are currently as a project management organization and what we need to do to get to the next level. No matter where we are, our goal as project management professionals is to get to the next level of maturity for the organization. Why is that? The organization is going to continue to evolve if it's going to survive, no matter what the function of the organization is, no matter what industry you're talking about. If it's going to be around in the next 10 years, it's going to have to evolve. It's going to have to adapt to different demographics, different customer likes and dislikes, that type of thing. Outside influences that it has no control over. So if it's going to be around, it's going to have to adapt and evolve. And we, as a project management organization, must adapt and evolve also, hence the 5 levels of maturity. So no matter where we are, we want to continue to strive for that next level. Right here I have a chart of the 5 levels of organizational maturity for our maturity model. What we're discussing today is level 2, emerging disciplines, and level 3, initial integration. In the chart, you can see that at level 2, we're beginning to establish ourselves as a PMO organization as opposed to having an organization with disjointed types of processes, disjointed types of communication, disjointed types of selections of programs and projects. We're beginning to bring.
Hi there, hope you enjoyed that last clip. My name is Michael Malutis, and if you'd like to watch the full 60 minutes of that last webcast, while also gaining complete unlimited access to our entire library of IT learning, simply visit our subscribe page at greatpro.org/subscribe. Unlimited annual access is $199 per year, but if you use the coupon code LEARN2EARN, you can drop that membership fee to just $149. That's less than $13 per month for unlimited access to over 1,000 hours of on-demand career development, covering the entire spectrum of IT management best practices, including business analysis and requirements, software development, quality and testing, risk management, process improvement, project management, and even digital transformation. But your membership doesn't just give you unlimited access to our vast learning library. You also get free access to our mobile app, as well as direct access to our network of over 300 of the world's leading IT consultants, all of whom are dedicated to putting practical knowledge at your fingertips so that you can learn more and earn more. I hope you will join me in becoming a member of the Great IT Professional and advancing your career with us. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button above so that you get notified whenever we publish new free webcasts each week of the year. Thank you for your time and best wishes for your continued success.